Hello, 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 Aquarius. How are you guys doing today? For you guys that are brand new and never have seen me before, my name is Patty, and I'm an empath that is doing your intuitive tarot today for November 23rd, through the 30th. Bent my card. For those of you returning and have subscribed, thank you so much for supporting my channel. I really, really do appreciate it. I am still doing the dailies, and thank you for those that are now adding comments or liking, because that's what's going to keep it going. I just need to know through November how many people like it. So if I hit over a certain number, I will keep going, which is, I'm right now, we're just not quite sure. So just keep hitting those likes and comments. All right, let's get started. This is for the 23rd through the 30th. Now, please remember, Aquarians, that there is a full moon and an eclipse at the same time. So the energies on the 30th are going to be very unstable. So what that means for you is that maybe big decision making might want to hold off a few days before and after. So when the full moon comes in, especially with this eclipse, maybe 2-3 days before it's starting to get unstable, maybe you're emotionally getting unstable, like weepy, or you don't understand why you're getting angry or irritable or anxious, those kind of things. It's just the energies of the moon and the eclipse. Same with 2-3 days after. So just know that, because like on the new moon, I was a weeping, blubbering mess. Yeah. So what I'm doing things a little bit differently now. So I'm going to pull only 2 oracles. One is going to be for the current energy, and then for the energies to follow for the next week, and see what's going to be carried over, things to look for the next week. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull cards for how the energies are going to be for you personally. And it may resonate with you, it may not, because it is a general. So, but something probably will, because there's a whole bunch of things that happen in an intuitive reading, and they're a little bit different. So the first card out, we have Balancing Act. Okay, so Balancing Act is, and that's sort of what's going on this last week of November. It's all about a balancing act. And the number 2 is about pretty much balance, either division or bringing things together, or making things happen so that they're going to fall in place. Now, remember, this is the energy for the beginning of the week. And then the second card out is the carrying to the universe to the next week. And we have Ride the Wave, which is 5. Now, I've been finding this a lot in these readings this week, because, again, we're in the last week. We got the eclipse and the moon. So there's a lot of instability. So the number 5 is unstable. And in a lot of the readings, this has actually been pretty interesting, because the first card out will actually be a normal card. Usually it's actually acknowledgement, 3s. And then this one here is 2 balance. And then we get instability no matter what on the second one. It's really been an interesting week in readings, especially for this next week. These energies are really interesting, to say the least. There's some planets that are moving to bring some instability, but there's also a lot of personal change, a lot of personal development in the planets. So it's been a really interesting read this week. So let's see what's going on for the Aquarius, though. So again, there might be parts of this that is going to resonate with you. And I never say nothing is going to because something will. It's just, if you want to understand that intuitiveness, what I hear and download, I've got them coming so it's not always the same person, same energy. So if you're like, oh, well, this is not for me, 2 seconds later, it could be. That's just because who's coming through. Okay, so first card out is the 10 of Wands. So we're ending. This is, I sort of expect this. There's a lot more heaviness in the beginning of the week, because there's a lot of stress and anxiety and heaviness towards that. Something is usually ending, and something's beginning. So we're sort of going towards the end of the month, which is typical. But on the 10 of Wands, it's actually either somebody is carrying the burden or they're releasing a burden. So if you're carrying the burden, then you're bringing something, from the past in. But if you're releasing a burden, you're allowing to let go of something and bring something new in, which the number 1 is about newness and something starting again. So we're working on the energy balance for the first of the week. So what is it that somebody is carrying too much of? Maybe they're carrying a load of too much work. Maybe they're carrying a load too much in a relationship, or maybe they're giving too much and not receiving enough. Are they carrying the load in children? Are they carrying the load in school? Are they carrying the load? Well, what is it for you that you're carrying so heavy right at the moment? That's the energy for a lot of the signs. The first of the week is it's very heavy, burdensome, and some of them were very conflicting. So what is it in the beginning of this week that you're carrying from last week? Or is it something that you're beginning to feel like it's overwhelming, it's too much? I don't know who that's for. I've just got goosebumps for somebody. Huge, big for somebody, though. Somebody's feeling really overwhelmed. And thank you. So if they're saying if you're overwhelmed and you're way off balance. So how do we get that balance back? Begin to relax, let things go, let things ride, let things ride. Because again, we're going to the full moon now. We're at the waxing side of the moon. So we're actually releasing things. We're actually letting things go. Whereas if we were going from the full moon to the new moon, we're actually absorbing and take things and plant seeds and things like that. But right now we need to just literally go with flow. And this next week for a lot of people have a lot more time off because of the holiday here in the United States. For those that are not here, and many of you know, it is the Thanksgiving holiday for a lot of people. So you want to be able to ride that wave. Take it easy and ride the wave and let the burden go. It's going to be really, really hard. Yeah, exactly. Star. This star has been coming up almost in every single reading. And the reason why is because there has to be, again, a balance. And there isn't right at this point in time. It's so uncertain, and the planets and the energies are so unstable that, this is what we're fighting for right now, is balance for somebody. So Aquarians, trying to get rid of this burden is one of the things that is going to bring you balance. So and also the star, thank you. So the star is telling me that also too, they're saying that the star is about releasing something for yourself, very personal, to expose yourself of something that maybe will make you vulnerable, but release some burden, release some pain, release something that's been heavy on your heart. I don't know who that's for some, but they just downloaded that for me. So somebody's got a heavy heart and they feel very, very burdened. So this is a time that this can happen. This can be released. Again, we're working on the full moon. We're coming towards the full moon. Yeah, exactly. Whatever it is, whatever's burdensome, the Queen of Swords is all about searching out the truth, finding the truth, walking in the truth, being the truth, not being somebody else that you're not. I don't know whose burden is. That's a burden. And again, we're looking at the beginning of the very, very beginning. So the very beginning of the week is burdensome for somebody. Very, very burdensome. Oh, okay. So that burden, again, the Queen is facing that truth into pain. It doesn't mean that it's a love pain, but it could be somebody caused you pain. Somebody caused you some hurt. It could be a very, very deep hurt. With this heaviness that I'm feeling in the very beginning of the week, it is a very deep hurt. It is one that probably hurt you to the core. So I don't know who that's for, but that is something that you do need to acknowledge. You need to acknowledge this, but then you also need to find out a way not to camp there. Does that make sense? So you don't want to camp there. All right. And in order to not camp there, you have to really search the root and find out what is the problem. Where is it coming from? What is it coming from? Where is it stemming from? Is this healthy? Is this really giving you balance? Is this working towards balance? Is it working towards your peace and harmony between earth and spirit, body, spirit, mind and spirit, soul and spirit, that kind of a thing? All right. So let's see here what we can do, because towards the end of the week here, you know, now we're moving towards into the holiday uh, for many, and you're surrounded by family or friends. Not everybody is. You know, a lot of homeless people out there right now, a lot of people alone, a lot of people not going out because of the COVID. Very, very different year this year. But you know what? You've got to go with the flow. You've got to go and ride the wave. And you know what? There's a purpose for everything. We're still resetting. We're still purging and resetting. We're not done purging yet. We're not done purging yet. All right. So let's see what the next energies are going to be. Oh, the moon. The Five of Cups. We've got the moon and the Five of Cups and the Hermit. Oh dear. So something is hidden with this. Something was hidden. Something wasn't brought to light. I can't tell. I want to say it's... I'll have to get clarification on that. So there is... Somebody was observing, actually, because, you know, the Hermit being a Virgo that's very, very determined. It's almost like somebody was going above and beyond to do their own little private investigating. I don't know who that's for, because they knew something was off, and they, you know, I don't know if they followed somebody. I don't know if they bugged their phone, or what do they call that, you know, tag their phone so they know where they are. I don't know. It's just, I got a feeling, a very heavy feeling of somebody sort of going above and beyond their own little investigative work, because the moon, there's a lot of secrets there, and that was right after that. And the Hermit, being the person the Hermit is, like a Virgo, is they're all about looking at it deep and looking over the whole thing, like, this 2 and 2 are not adding up to 4, but in all reality, you know, what's going on deep, deep down here? You know, they're honing in. I don't know who that's for. It almost is like somebody's trying to dig up dirt. I don't like that feeling. It's almost like somebody's digging up dirt to hurt somebody. And that's not cool. That's not cool. That's a different energy there. But let's see what else we have. I'd really like to know here. Four of Cups. Somebody's really thinking too much. They're really depressed about it. They're really, really upset about it. Again, don't camp there. Don't camp there. It is a learning thing. It is something that you will go through, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of love to be had. The cups are all about love. It's all about your desires of your soul. And so, yeah, whatever this is really hurt. So, Divine, I want to go into, you know, the holiday, the day around the holiday and around there for the Aquarians, to see what kind of energy is going to be around that day for them. What do they have to look for in that day, or what is to be expected in that day for the, I think it's the 25th, for the holiday of Thanksgiving. Oh, nice. Oneness. So the Two of Cups is about bringing two people together, or actually it's like an equal, it's like a twin flame. You're almost equal. You know, you both give, you both take, you both understand each other, you both, you know, you both can sort of walk in each other's shoes and understand, even though you're different journeys, but you're coming together. So this could be, you know, twin flame. This could be friends that are really close together, that have maybe grown up together, or they just really completely understand each other. So this is great. So for somebody, for Aquarians on the holiday, that's sort of the energy that's sort of happening there, is a gathering. It is a gathering. So that should be something really fun and enjoyable for some of you Aquarians. Now remember, this is a general reading, so some of this will resonate, some of it won't. So not everybody is with somebody on the holiday. So for those people that are not with somebody on the holiday, what kind of energy could you please show me that they're going to have for that day, that they can work towards for the weekend before the full moon? Somebody's just really got a heavy heart, though, man. It's just like they're in the dumps as could be, and I just want you to know that it's okay to be there, but don't hang there, okay? Whoever that is. So we have the Nine of Swords. Again, somebody's losing sleep. So I guess they want to stay on that. So whoever's losing sleep, that is something that you have to release. Again, we're going towards the full moon. We're in the waxing. We need to release. We need to let go. We need to allow the divine to do his work, and just begin to relax and ride the waves. You got to relax. You got to release the burden, because it's going to make you sick. That's stress. It's going to make you really sick if you don't release the burden. All right. So that's gotta happen, and you've got to be able to figure out how to do that. Sometimes it's saying no. I just heard the word say no. I don't know who that's for. If somebody has a hard time saying no to people. Oh, thank you. They're not only a people pleaser, they're concerned about what people think. So that's something that you have to work on internally, because it shouldn't matter what other people think. Especially if you every time I think somebody's being overstretched, they show me taffy. It's like that taffy that you pull on the machine. It's like the taffy, It's being overstretched, overworked, over everything, overextended. And that's you have to put on the brake pedal. No. You have to put the brake pedal on. I don't know who that's for, but this burden is really heavy, or this heart is really, really heavy. All right. Ooh, opportunities. And the sun again. And a star again. Oh my gosh. Great things. Great things. Now remember, on the 30th for the eclipse and the moon, so we have star again. Awesome. Balancing is coming. Balance is coming. So I think what they're saying is that basically, when you can release some of this burden, whatever this is, it's going to help balance you out. So I think you're overextended. Somebody's overextended. And so this is the part where you need to balance and say no. And for somebody else, that is, maybe saying no to somebody coming back or whatever, but this is your balance for another energy. I don't know who this Aquarian is for, but like I said, there's several energies that come through in my readings, not just one. So this second energy that's coming through is that, the hardship and the whatever's happened, to get that balance back, to get this balance back of these two here, you need to release the pain of what was being hidden, or something lied to or not told, or something not shared, or something you found out when you wish somebody would have told you, rather than finding out around the bush, kind of a thing. So for you to have balance, to get the peace back of the star, we need to release, let it go, and not be too, because here's the thing is, you have the sun and opportunities coming up. These are beautiful opportunities. These are great opportunities. And again, whatever it is, though, this burden and this is distracting you, and it's keeping you from balancing. So what you want to do is you want to be able to, eliminate these two, so you can have this. So it's all about balance right now. Something's distracting you, something's overburdening you. And again, you have to acknowledge the pain. So the number 3 is about acknowledgement. If you acknowledge the pain and you don't ignore it and you don't just sort of put it like it never happened, then you can feel the pain, get over it, do your weeping, your crying, and then you can move on. If you don't do that process, you can't get to the sun, you can't get to the star, you can't get to the balance, you can't get to that. And then you're not going to be able to get onto the riding the wave. So, and for the third energy, I don't know who this is for. Again, we got 4 energies because, we've got 2 people coming together towards the end of the month. Especially, I think this is around the full moon time. But this other energy of somebody just like wanting to do their own investigating about something, just know that whatever you are looking for, be ready for the truth. Are you ready for the truth? For whoever is digging deep and trying to find something like the hermit, that is okay. That's okay. But are you ready for the truth? So it's sort of like when you hire a private investigator, when I used to do that, you just sort of like, you hire somebody and you're like, yeah, I want to find out if they're cheating. And it's like, okay, well, do you really want to find out? Because if I take pictures and stuff and then you're actually going to see it, are you ready for that? And that's what the Queen of Swords is the truth will come out. So are you ready for it? So there's like 3 or 4 different energies here, and a lot of it has opportunity coming. It has a lot of balance coming, a lot of good things coming. But again, you're going to have to release. You're going to have to let go. You're going to have to get this balance back, and then you can go ahead and ride the wave. By the full moon, you should be able to ride the wave. Yeah, right. If it was that simple, right? It takes a lot longer than that. But it's a seed. It's starting a seed. It's starting to get ready so that when that full moon, maybe you're getting rid of some old past stuff. And that's really, really good before the full moon. Because when you hit that full moon and you start going to the new moon, you want to be able to plant those seeds, because when you plant the seeds, then they'll flourish and grow. If you plant them when you're supposed to be releasing them, like right now, then they don't flourish because you're supposed to be getting rid of stuff. So if that makes sense, it's just the moon process of the push-pull kind of a thing. And so you want it to, on the full moon to the new moon, you want to be able to plant and grow and do all that kind of stuff. Where on the backside where we're at, you have to release all the garbage so that you can put new garbage in. Kind of a thing. So, Aquarius, this is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated with somebody. I am still doing the dailies now. So they're 1-minute dailies. So if you haven't subscribed and you subscribe and hit the bell, you'll be able to be notified. They're 1-minute inspirational every morning, little dailies. And that's pretty much all the news. I will be doing a new video for the 29th, probably for the full moon. So again, if you haven't subscribed, I do have a new paranormal video out that we did live, last week, about some interesting stories. So I would love for you to go back and see those. There's a lot of videos about spiritual growth as well. So if you subscribe, you can watch all those for free. Get Balanced has a bunch of them for free about mind, spirit, and body. And those are all for you just to grow your spiritual growth, your mindset, and everything like that. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful harvest, holiday, Thanksgiving, whatever you do celebrate. But just be thankful and grateful for everything that you do have and you don't have, because there's some things you don't want to have. All right, you guys, see you on the 1st. Take care unless I see you on the full moon video. And that's going to be live and interactive, so you'll be able to ask questions and stuff like that too. So bring a friend. All right, take care.